What's up guys and welcome. You are watching Fazi Fitness. So let's start this video with the Persian wolf Hadi Choopan in the lab, pushing as hard as he possibly can in order to achieve something that only one person so far in the history of the sport has been able to accomplish. And that is losing the Olympia title and then winning it back again. So Jay Cutler remains the only man in the history of bodybuilding who lost the title to Dexter Jackson back in 2008. But he won it back in 2009. And he did not just win. He basically walked all over his competition. Because I think we can all agree that 2009 performance of Jay Cutler, that is considered one of the most dominating performances of all time. And we got to see some legendary moments like that famous quad swarm that will go down as one of the most iconic moments in the history books forever. So there is a mutual consensus that no one in the current bodybuilding is as dominating as the likes of Phil Heath or Ronnie Coleman or even Jay Cutler. We have seen the Olympia trophy has changed hands 5 times in the last 6 years. And there is also a chance that this year we might see a new Miss Olympia again. So that is your proof right there, that Miss Olympia can have a different winner in this current era every single year. Now that being said, Derek and Hadi are most probably gonna be number 1 and number 2 again. Even Jay Cutler, who is a big fan of Nick Walker, he believes that Hadi and Derek are just in a different league compared to the rest of the lineup. We just witnessed that at this year's Pittsburgh Pro. Apart from Hadi Choopan, everyone was there. And Derek was the one who stood out the most. So Hadi is an absolute monster in the gym. Hani Rembot, who has trained so many greats of the game, he has stated that Hadi is one of the hottest training guy in the gym he ever came across in his coaching career. And he even said that the Arnold, Ohio version of Hadi Choopan that would have won the Olympia title last year. But he also mentioned that comparing this new version of Hadi to an old version of Derek, that isn't exactly fair, as Derek will also be improved. So again, I have to say, the Olympia this year is gonna be another exciting show, and I think it is gonna be another close battle. Some of you guys might have seen this video of the men's physique competitor and the RB pro, Chris Putra. Apologies if I'm pronouncing the name wrong. So the video became absolutely viral on different bodybuilding platforms, and this was actually recorded when he actually walked on the stage for the weight and height measurements. And I have to say, this guy and this video deserve to get viral, because that back is one of the most insane backs you guys will ever see. It was so deeply separated and developed that even without flexing anything, his back was popping like crazy. It looked so 3D from the back. So Chris is an IB pro who qualified for the men's physique Olympia for 2024, and the guy is from Indonesia. And I have to tell you guys, I did not know about this guy before this video went viral. So I scrolled through his Instagram and found another video of him activating that Christmas tree. I have to say, absolutely mind-blowing. The thickness, the density, the round muscle bellies. Truly a genetic marvel. So this will be his first time competing at the Olympia level. And as we all know, the Olympia is just a different ballgame. And this guy might not even place top 10. But that back is just top-notch. And he deserves to be on the big stage. And he deserves more recognition. Next up, we have the physique update from Plastic Physique from Osladil, who not only looks absolutely huge, but also really peeled at 16 weeks out of this year's Mr. Olympia. Really in a super condition. So Ors did take some time off after this year's Arnold. And this was the first time since 2021, when he first came onto the scene, he had a different mentality. He realized that taking a break from everything for a little while, not just from training, from everything, including social media as well, that is extremely important. And not just in terms of making progress, in order to not burn yourself out. Because Ors has been competing non-stop since 2021. He has done every single Olympia, as well as every single Arnold, plus some other shows in addition to that as well. So back in 2021, Chris Bumstead said that if he was Ors, he would just take an entire year off, make all the necessary improvements, and try to win that big show. So Ors' strategy has been different, which is really fair, as he loves to travel, he loves to compete. And he has said that multiple times. He's a competitive bodybuilder, and competing is his job. He loves to do that. So Ors was like 265 pounds at the peak of his off-season. And although he stayed incredibly lean during this entire process, still he had to start dieting at 16 weeks out of the show in order to come down slowly. Because the way his physique has been trying to get bigger, the weight making process is gonna be a challenge again this year. So there are multiple guys coming for Ors' third place spot this year. Wesley Wiesers, Prion Ansley, Tara Suffin. So this will be a crucial contest for his classic physique career. Because previously it was just Ors and Ramon after Chris Bumstead. So Ors is a very young guy, and we can see him switching to the men's open bodybuilding. But not anytime soon, maybe sometime in the future. Because people have to realize, the open bodybuilding remains the most difficult division in the sport of bodybuilding. It's easier said than done, that if you are not making the weight cutoff, or having trouble making the weight cutoff, you should just switch to the men's open. But people have to realize, these guys have to put on a lot of muscle, a lot of mass, in order to be competitive in a bigger division. So if Ors in fact does switch to the men's open, he's gonna need a few more years of solid training and growing before he becomes competitive in the men's open. Next up, we have an update from Andrew Jacked, less than 6 weeks out of his first show of the season, Texas Pro, and that is probably gonna be his only show before this upcoming Miss Olympia. So that guy is looking really round and really jacked. In all of his recent training updates, he has been looking absolutely superb. And that is the thing, people were just too quick to jump on the bandwagon, based on what we saw at Pittsburgh Pro guest posing, that he did not make any significant improvements, especially in terms of size. Now, we can only analyze those improvements up to a certain point, especially when these guys are in the off-season, and those improvements become more visible as these guys get in that contest-ready shape. And now that Andrew has started to look very lean, now is the time when all that hard work in the off-season, that will become more visible, that will showcase itself. And I have to say, those are some incredibly round shoulders. And with the off-season in the books, I am expecting that everything is gonna be upgraded. He is one of the most dangerous guys in the men's open bodybuilding. He's taller than Samson Dauda. He has better aesthetics than Samson, probably one of the best aesthetics out there. Plus, he has the size as well. He just needs more thickness in his side shots. And if only Andrew is able to bring that up, he's gonna be so impressive. And last year, even when he wasn't at his best, he was still the 5th best bodybuilder on the planet. His body was tired, and it just did not respond the way he wanted to. So I think 2024 is gonna be a big year for Andrew, simply because he gave his body some time to grow, something he hasn't done previously. Ever since he won his pro card back in 2022, he was continuously competing. So do you guys remember this IFB pro, Lucas Osladil, one of the most shredded guy in the men's open bodybuilding in the years 2017 and 2018. So he is retired from professional bodybuilding now, and he looks like a totally different individual right now. So Lucas wasn't just shredded top to bottom every time he stepped on stage, but he was also extremely creative when it came to his posing and presentation, very athletic. So he was always one of those guys who was very complete for himself. But in terms of the men's open class, he was always small, especially when it was time for comparisons. So we always have this image of all these bodybuilders in our heads, and that image is usually when they are looking like a superhuman. But there comes a time when every bodybuilder retires. Every athlete retires from their respective sport, and age factor plays a huge role in that. But coming to this decision of not appearing as big and as muscular as these guys were in their prime, that is a tough one. So that's it from this video. Hit the thumbs up button if you liked the video, and smash the subscribe button if you wanna come back for more. Thanks for watching.